guys. So today I'm going to be doing a little Q&A so that you guys can learn a bit more about me. So I have all my questions right here. Some of them are from my TikTok comments and some of them are from ChatGPT. Okay, the first question is, what grade was the hardest for you and why was it so hard? So I'd say mentally the hardest grade for me was my 7th grade year because I just had terrible teachers and I had a lot going on with like friends and mental health and a bunch of other stuff. So mentally 7th grade, but schoolwork wise probably my freshman year, just because getting into high school is so different than middle school and elementary school, and I was doing so many things within high school that schoolwork was just a bit rough. Not that it was hard, it was just difficult to manage, I guess. But that is what grade was the hardest for me. Okay, the next question is, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? Probably stop overthinking and don't be so anxious. I just overthought a lot about things that like weren't physically possible. Like I used to think that a guy was living in my closet waiting for the right moment to kill me. And if my door was shut, then my family wouldn't be able to hear me screaming and I would just die. So obviously I just overthought. And I mean, I still do, but my overthinking is more realistic now. But I definitely would just go and tell my younger self, you're gonna be fine. And that's just like a thing in general. You're gonna be fine. Okay, the next question is for a makeup tutorial, which I can go in depth in this on my TikTok, so I'll make an in-depth makeup tutorial on my TikTok. This primer or this one, they're both from e.l.f. I love e.l.f. and I mix them together sometimes. That's my face. Then I use e.l.f. concealer, and then I sometimes do my brows with the e.l.f. brow lift, just a clear one. Then mascara, I curl my lashes with the e.l.f. eyelash curler, and then I use one of these two mascaras, either e.l.f. Lash and Roll or the e.l.f. Big Mood one. And then for my lips, I use this red lip liner in, I don't know what shade this is, Candy Apple from the W7 brand, and then for like an Aquaphor, of course, and then I use my big e.l.f. Halo Glow lip gloss for my lip gloss. But I'll do a more in-depth makeup tutorial over on my TikTok. Okay, the next question is, what show or movie do you quote way too much? I quote a lot of things, but right now I'd probably say Love Island. I never said I was perfect.
I never said I didn't have any flaws, but at least I'm pretty, and at least I'm a little funny,
But yeah, probably Love Island. Okay, next question is, what's your most awkward encounter with your crush? With a crush? When I was in 7th grade, I had a big crush on this guy who was in the grade above me, and we had a snap streak on Snapchat, and yeah, we like had a snap streak, and I would send him like all these selfies that I thought that I ate, and then he would group snap me and I would be undelivered. And I never spoke to him in person. I just had a big crush on him, even though we never spoke. So next question is, how many piercings? So I only have 4 piercings technically. I have my just firsts on my, and then I have my helix pierced on both sides. So I have an earring in on this one. I don't have an earring on this one because it's swollen and infected. So, but yeah, I have 4 piercings in total. I want a lot more ear piercings. I don't really want any like face piercings. Maybe my belly button, but probably not. But as of now, I have 4. Next question is, who was your last DM from? My last DM was from my boyfriend. Okay, the next question is plans for the future. I'm gonna take this as like after high school. So after high school, I want to obviously go to college. I want to go to college and get my ophthalmology degree and then specialize in pediatric ophthalmology. So yeah, go to college, go to medical school, get a residency, and hopefully I can get my ophthalmology degree. Next question is, who's your celeb crush? My celebrity crush right now, and it has been for a while, is Ethan Edwards. That's been my man for a good long while. What's your dream collab? I have a lot of like people and brands that I would love to work with. I would love to work with like Elf for, I don't know, a collab. I love Elf. And I would love to work with like Good Molecules and a bunch of different brands. And I would also love to like collab with like real people, of course. Like I love Spencer Barbosa. If I ever met her, I think I'd like cry tears of joy because I love her so much. But any collab honestly is my dream collab because that would just mean that I'm going far in this YouTube journey. Next question, do you have any siblings? I have one sibling. I talked about her in my get to know me video, but I have one little sister named Jessie. Next question, what's your go-to Starbucks order? I don't have a Starbucks in my town, but when I do get Starbucks, I always get the mango dragon fruit refresher with lemonade. What advice would you give someone starting YouTube now? Honestly, just be consistent. I always, if I have a video idea in mind, I always go onto YouTube and watch videos that are like the type of video that I want to make. So like before I made this video, I went and I watched Q&A videos for inspiration. And I feel like that's just a good way to start out, just because then you get an idea of what you want your video to look like. I also say get a good editing platform and get down your edit style. Whether that's like super aesthetic or it's super funny or if you have a lot of memes or whatever. I feel like getting those two things would help a lot with starting a YouTube career. Next question is, did you play a sport when you were younger? Did you quit or still play that current sport, and why do you love or hate it? I played, in middle school, I did volleyball. And I did track one year. I don't play either of the sports anymore because I tried out for volleyball my freshman year and then I didn't make the team. But honestly, I'm kind of grateful because I'm not the most athletic person, and I think if I played volleyball, I would have been super stressed out and that would have just added on stress to my freshman year. And then track, I just didn't like it because I don't like running. If you could only wear one makeup item forever, what would it be? Mascara, probably, because I have really blonde eyelashes since I'm ginger, so I feel like if I could only wear like one makeup product, it'd probably be mascara, just because I do have such blonde eyelashes, and having darker eyelashes makes my eyes not look as big, because my eyes are really big. What emoji do you overuse? I don't really use emojis. But when I do use an emoji, I use this one all the time, or this one. But I don't really use emojis, so those are my top two that I use most of the time. Okay, next question is Team Huda or Team Shelly? I don't like either of them. If I had to choose between the two of them, I'd probably choose Huda, just because I think Shelly was more in the wrong, and that I don't think Huda did anything wrong during the challenge. So, you know, Team Huda, but Team Amaya, because she's the best out of all of them. Okay, I have 5 more questions left, and this one says, what made you start a YouTube channel? I think I've just always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Like, I used to make videos all the time of just me talking to the camera and just being like, hi guys, hey guys, room tour, makeup haul, look at this Barbie that I got, you know? So I feel like I've always just wanted to start a YouTube channel, and then I've had multiple YouTube channels. I made one in 4th grade where I was filming singing videos on my computer. And I had another one which was just a YouTube Shorts channel that I posted like a couple long videos on, but it was mostly just like dancing YouTube Shorts. And then I have this one. So yeah, I've always wanted a YouTube channel, and I just like talking. If someone looked through your camera roll, what would embarrass you most? Probably all the cringy selfies that I have on my phone from like 2021. They were really bad, and I had like a bob, and I wore ugly clothes. So probably if someone looked through my camera roll, that would be the most embarrassing thing that they would see. And the last question for this Q&A is, what's my favorite color? Probably purple. It's been purple for a long time, but pink is a very close second. So that is all my questions that I have. I scrolled all the way to the bottom. So that concludes my little Q&A. I hope this made you learn a little bit about me, and I hope this makes you more curious about me and that you want to subscribe. But if you stayed to the end, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to see more of me and see more of my life. Bye guys.